What is referral networking? Some people know what it is because they're actively involved in it. Other people don't know, haven't got a clue. Which is actually quite a pity because referral networking is a marketing tool that everybody should have. It's absolutely amazing. So I want to cover what referral networking is, what it isn't, and how we specifically use it at Networking Pro, and the differences of other websites and networking groups. So what is referral networking? Essentially, it's word-of-mouth advertising. And if you've ever been involved in marketing or sales before, then you should be aware that word-of-mouth advertising is probably the best marketing platform or tool that can be used in any business. Basically, it works in a very simple way. You have a product or service, and you know somebody who has used your product or service and they found it to be good, and they trust you and they trust your product or service and your business. And so when somebody they know who trusts them is looking for the same product or service, then they can refer that person to you and to your business. And because the trust issue is already there, or the trust itself is already there, then there's a whole section of the marketing and sales funnel that basically gets bypassed. You don't need to try and create that trust with a cold audience, because it's no longer a cold audience. This is straight into a warm audience. So what isn't referral networking? There's often a bit of a problem with terminology here. A lot of people refer to network marketing as being referral networking, but network marketing is very much multi-level marketing. So with MLM, or multi-level marketing, and network marketing itself, you basically have someone who brings in another person, sells the product to them, and then that person goes out and sells the same product to another person and brings them in. And with each successive person, then the commission grows, and you get multi-levels to the commission, and you can basically, if grow from there. So if you are on level 1 and you bring somebody in, you get commission from their sales. And if that person brings somebody in, you get a commission from that person's sales as well. That's multi-level marketing in a nutshell. That's not what referral networking is. With referral networking, the person giving the referral is not connected to your business, does not sell your product, and they do not get a commission. They do it because they're trying to help you build their business. And in return, you and others within the networking group will help you to, or that person to, also improve their business. So it's very different to network marketing itself. We also have affiliate marketing, which a lot of people confuse with referral networking. Affiliate marketing is where somebody has a product and they ask multiple people who own websites to actually go out, promote the product, sell it, and then they get a commission. So that's a straight commission by selling a third-party product or service. You can do with referral. There's referral marketing itself, which is more along the lines of just referring a friend or an acquaintance to a website and to a product. It's slightly different to actual referral networking. With networking, you are creating a group of people who all get to personally know each other's business and each other's products and services quite intimately. They work together to create a bond and a trust. And they can then go out and refer other people to your business because they know your product and they know you, they know your business, they know that you're trustworthy, and they know that you have a good service. And because of that, they can then go refer other people to your business with confidence. And these are then qualified referrals. Now, when it comes to actual networking groups, there are a lot of different types, and some websites will basically just be a business directory where you go along, you create an account, and you join the network. And the network may consist of 1,000 people, for instance. And this obviously causes a bit of a problem because if you can't really get to know people personally, you can't get to know their businesses personally, unless of course you single people out and you get to know them on your own accord. But essentially this is a business directory where if you want a product or service, you can go search through their database and you get a handful of people who offer this product or service. Another type of networking group is Facebook groups or WhatsApp groups, for instance. We all know I Know a Guy. And with I Know a Guy, somebody will come onto the group and they will say, I am looking for somebody who does XYZ. Please can people refer a company? And then hundreds of people will go on and they'll start referring companies that they've used in the past. And this is essentially referral networking because those people have used them, they know them personally, they trust them, come to trust them, and therefore they can refer them with confidence. The problem with such groups is that after you've asked your question, you get hundreds of comments with referrals, and you may end up with 20 or 30 companies that have been referred to you. And you don't really know which one to pick. So it's not really singling out a company so that you can help grow their business. And then we get the formal networking groups, which is what Networking Pro is based on. So with the formal groups, you have clusters of people within the entire network. So you have small clusters of, let's for argument's sake, say 20 people in each cluster. And those 20 people work together. They get to know each other's business, they get to know each other's products and services, and they get to know each other personally. In a lot of cases, they become friends. It's almost like creating a small family base. And because they meet weekly or whatever the time period may be, then they create these personal relationships and they get to trust each other. They may use each other's products here and there, and then they get to use the product or service firsthand, so they know that it's good, they know that it's a good product or service, and they know that the actual service, the customer service that the person gives is excellent. And because of that trust, they can then go and refer another business's product or service to somebody else that trusts them. And this is where I come back to the whole issue of a marketing and sales funnel, where you have to try and get people into the funnel from a cold audience and just basically make them aware of your brand to begin with. And then you've got to develop this whole trust over time. And that takes a lot of time to actually create that trust. So when you join a formal networking group like Networking Pro, you do have to allow yourself to develop those bonds and to develop those relationships. They're not instant, they do take time, but once they're developed, you have a group of people who are just going to keep referring people to your business to use your products and service instead of your competitors. And obviously, because you have the small clusters scattered all over the place, you can go between clusters. And so you create this whole network. It's like almost like a spider web. Now, these clusters or groups of businesses, business people, are usually a group of people who are completely disconnected from each other's industries. So you might have a plumber, an electrician. You might also have a real estate agent, a printer, a web developer, a lawyer, just a group of people that are from completely different industries. And in most cases, what happens, apart from each other using each other's products or services, somebody might be out one evening with the family or friends or something, and somebody will raise the issue of, they're looking for such and such a product or service, and the person can say, I know the person, I know the right person for you, and they can then refer somebody within their cluster, their group, or what we at Networking Pro call a bubble. The reason we call it a bubble, just in case you're not aware, is that I actually went looking for the collective noun for a group of entrepreneurs, and I found that there wasn't one. What I did find, though, was that there was a Quora post and where people were discussing this, and somebody actually mentioned that people are starting to lean more towards a fad or a bubble. And I discussed it with my business partner, and we decided that bubble was a lot better because, fads are flash in the pan, and bubbles are fun. We're here to have business, to create business, to develop businesses, and make some money for everybody. But at the same time, we want to have a little fun while we're at it. Otherwise, we just become boring robots. We don't want that in life. But where Networking Pro goes a little bit further is that we also encourage the creation of team bubbles. And team bubbles are a group of people or businesses that all work within the same field. So, for instance, I'm an online marketer. Now, if I only did online marketing, I may get a client come to me who has a new brand or a new product, wants to create a whole new business, for instance, and they are needing branding. They're going to need a logo. They're going to need a website. They're going to need online marketing. They may even need traditional marketing. They'll probably need a printing service, and they will probably need an app, a mobile app. So myself, I only do one little piece of that, but they're looking for a whole turnkey solution, and they're not going to want to go looking for each individual service from from lots of different companies. They're going to want a company that can offer them the whole turnkey solution. So they're probably going to say no to me, and they're going to go off looking for a bigger company. So with team bubbles, you can have your online marketer, your web developer, your app developer, your graphic designer. You can even put a printer in there if you need to. Whatever services people can offer to enhance what you do, and basically create a large company out of a lot of small companies. And that way, when a client comes to you looking for a turnkey solution, you have a team of people who can do everything, and therefore you get the contract instead of the larger company. Now, what we also do at Networking Pro is that all networking meetings are online. So you can have your meeting in your office, in your home. If you're on holiday, you can sit with your phone, your mobile, and use the app to have the meeting. So you can have the meeting anywhere you want to, and so that, everybody can attend, and there's no travelling to and from meetings. So you don't have to get in your car and drive for half an hour, then have an hour meeting and then drive half an hour back. I mean, it can end up being 2 or 3 hour chunk out of your day. So all the meetings are online. This saves you time, it saves you petrol, so it saves you money. And, you can do your work, have your meeting online, and carry on with your work afterwards. There's a very, very small interruption. We obviously have a social meeting. We encourage a social meeting once a month, just so, people can get face-to-face and actually meet each other personally and get to know each other properly. That's just a nice thing. But the online meetings are necessary so that people can get to know you and your business and what you actually offer and what you do. So the whole point of referral networking is to develop relationships with other business people and to develop that trust that you need in order to sell your product or service. Because it doesn't matter where you put somebody in your sales funnel. If there isn't trust involved, then the person's not going to buy your product or service. As soon as they trust you, and they trust your business and your product, then they're going to purchase. But before that, probably nothing. It's obviously different products and services are different. If somebody's looking for a product or service that they need straight away, they're probably just going to end up looking for the best price and then give it a try, and if it doesn't work, then, that's fine. But in most cases, you need that trust element in order to actually get a purchase. And that is the biggest aim of referral networking. And the other, there are a lot of good elements to referral networking. I mean, if you think about it, being a small business owner, it gets very lonely. You're trying to run your business. You have months where you can't pay the bills because business has been bad. You stress a lot. You don't sleep very much. It really gets lonely, and you can speak to your family and friends about it. If they don't own their own businesses and they've never run their own business, they will not understand. If you're trying to build a business from scratch, there's going to be a period where you don't make any money because you're building, you're creating. And once you've gone past that point, then you can start selling your product. You've got to market. You've got to try and get people into that sales funnel. And that takes time. So it does take a long time to actually create a business and build it up until you actually start making money. And unless somebody's been through it themselves, they don't understand it. So usually family and friends, they'll encourage you, they'll support you, but every now and again you get the question, so when you're making money, where's the money coming? Come on. You said you're creating this business. Why is there no money coming in? And it gets frustrating. I mean, even if you've got employees, they're there, they do their job, they do their marketing, they do their sales, they do their product creation, whatever it may be, but at the end of the day, all that they're there for is to just do their job and go home. They don't understand what it's like to be behind the scenes and to run the business and to have those kind of stresses. But with a networking group, with referral networking, you're in a group of people who all completely understand what you're going through. So they're all there to support you. And you'll find that when you go to a networking meeting, afterwards you just feel motivated again. Well, I usually do anyway. A lot of people actually say the same thing. So you get that encouragement and you get that support from people who really solidly understand what you're going through. And that makes a huge difference. And that brings me to the end of this discourse. Just a quick announcement. We will be doing Facebook Live feeds once a week, so just check out our Facebook page. And in February the 13th to be exact, we will be doing a seminar in Johannesburg. So if you're in the North Riding area or close to the North Riding area, it will be at Jackal Creek Golf Estate at the clubhouse. Then check our Facebook page and our website for information, which will come soon, and you can book tickets. But let me just also add to that, if you are not in the area, we will also be streaming it live on Facebook. So even if you're in Cape Town or Australia, United States, wherever you may be in the world, you'll be able to see the seminar. It'll also obviously then be recorded, so you can refer back to it later. And anyway, have a great week. Cheers.